The National Mall gets more visitors than the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and Yellowstone Park combined. It is not a shopping mall, but a strip of land filled with statues and monuments honoring America's history. Although the mall was envisioned in two different ways, it has come together, reaching its full potential of an honorable place. Designer Pierre Laffont always dreamed of designing something as great as the National Mall, and he did. The National Mall was originally envisioned as a 1.5-mile-long boulevard bordered by Persian-styled houses. After surveying the site, Pierre Laffont came up with a plan that included ceremonial spaces, avenues, and houses for Congress and the President. In 1791, the plan was designed by Pierre Laffont and mapped the following year. Laffont forged ahead regardless of his order, the budget, and landowners with prior claims, and Laffont was fired only a year after he was hired. Pierre Laffont was a French architect major. He planned for two series of avenues that would converge into intersections. These avenues were intended to give direction and character to the city. Pierre was hired by President Washington. He was hired to design the layout of the entire city. Pierre's designs were to symbolize the ideals of freedom and independence. His designs were influenced by Baroque landscape architecture of Paris and Versailles. Pierre was fired after only a year, but Andrew Ellicott reproduced the plans in their entirety from memory. Artist and architect Pierre Laffont not only designed the mall, but symbolized and put his different ideas into it. He was asked by George Washington to design the whole city, and Pierre Laffont gave character to it. The McMillan Plan was created to improve monuments and add things to the mall like the reflecting pool. James McMillan first met with a committee formed by Congress in 1900. In 1902, improvements wanted to be made to the mall, like the construction of the reflecting pool and the addition of a memorial to Abraham Lincoln. Throughout the 20th century, they magnified the plan by improving the mall, parks, and adding more monuments. The McMillan Commission planned on extending the land west and south of the Washington Monument. The estimation of how much this plan would cost is between $200 and $600 million. The McMillan Plan called for establishing a park system to preserve the ring of Civil War around the city. The center of this plan is over 100 feet south of what was normally planned, so the mall is 1 degree downhill. The Jefferson Memorial was positioned on the 16th Street axis, directly south of the White House. The monuments almost line up perfectly to form a cross shape. To take a walking tour of the National Mall, it would take 3 hours. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech was held at the mall. The McMillan Plan incorporated the ideals of the City Beautiful movement promoted by the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. The McMillan Plan beautified the mall and restored it to the original desires of Pierre Laffont. 200 years since its design, the integrity of President Washington's plan is largely unchanged. The National Mall has become a place of remembrance and tribute. On Memorial Day in 1922, the Lincoln Memorial was dedicated to the National Mall. The Vietnam Memorial is planning to put a picture next to the 58,272 men and women on the wall. The Vietnam Memorial is set into the earth so it feels like you're walking through a grave. The Washington Monument is the tallest structure in Washington, D.C. It is surrounded by flagpoles, each flag representing one state. The Jefferson Memorial is famous for its cherry blossom trees that are surrounding it. The Korean War site has 19 soldiers that emerge from the trees that are over 7 feet tall and have extremely expressive body language. In 2001, it took over 8 years for everyone to decide the exact location of the National Mall. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial is the newest addition to the mall in 2011 and is the first monument dedicated to a non-president and an African American. The Martin Luther King Jr. statue is 30 feet high. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech was held at the National Mall. The mall is a 2-mile stretch from the Capitol building to the Lincoln Memorial and from the White House to the Jefferson Memorial. 8 million students come to visit the National Mall each year. The National Mall is truly America's front yard. It is the heart of the nation's capital, where people all over the country come to honor, mourn, protest, and most of all, celebrate America's rich history. Washington, D.C.'s National Mall gets 25 million visitors each year. That's more visitors than the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and Yellowstone Park combined. It's not a shopping mall, but an area of land comprised of monuments and statues that honor America's history. It contains historical sites such as the Washington Monument, Lincoln, Jefferson, and Vietnam Veterans Memorials, as well as the reflecting pool. It was designed by a French artist named Pierre Lafont and was later improved by the Macmillan Plan. The mall honors numerous American presidents as well as those who fought in 3 different wars of the 20th century. Even though it isn't a shopping mall, I still can't wait to go to the National Mall.